What's up, guys? I'm Clay Mobley of Mobley Motorsport. You probably remember me from racing in Champ Car, WRL, AER, HSR. I took a hiatus, but I'm back. I've now purchased this 2003 E46 330i, and I'm really excited to get into it with you guys. You may remember me from running my 1987 BMW 325 IS. While that car was technically a Spec E30, I never actually ran Spec E30. I mainly stayed in SCCA, and I loved to race HSR with that thing. At the same time, I was daily driving a 2004 BMW M3. It was an E46, of course, had an SMG transmission, which I later swapped to manual, and I dailied that thing for about 5 years. Excited to get back into racing, right? So I wanted to get the best of both worlds. With an E46 330i, I'm going to fully cage it, and I know everybody's thinking, right, Spec E46, but that's not my plan. I loved watching the World Touring Challenge E46s when I was growing up. I was born in 97, so those cars, right when I was hitting like 8, 9, 10 years old, and I really, could understand what I was watching, those were my favorite. Next, the coolest iteration of the original M3 and how they race those in DTM. So that's the plan for this car. We're going to make a wide body saloon World Touring Homage. Obviously, I'm not going to go source out a P54 engine. I'm also not going to take a 2.0 and bore it out and create my own. I'm going to leave this M54 B30 completely stock. It's got a 5-speed transmission. I might put a CAE shifter in it, to be decided. But that's the plan for this. We'll do some HSR. We might do a little endurance racing, but one thing, we're definitely going to have fun. So under the hood, like I just said, we've got the M54 B30. This was a 3.0 inline 6. It's the same inline 6 that BMW was made famous for from back in the day. And it's actually the same block that they've used in the S54, the N54, N55. They really never strayed away from the inline 6 model. This does not have individual throttle bodies like the S54 did, so it doesn't get that high of a rev limit. I think it redlines around 6,400 RPM. But they're well known for being robust. They can take a beating, and the 5-speed GetTrack transmission is one of the best available. And I've taken the beauty covers off and inspected it pretty thoroughly, and I'm really surprised with the cleanliness and the condition of the engine. So I'm currently running 17-inch style 68s, 8.5 width square all the way around. They're not staggered, and I think I'm going to stay with a 17-inch. Probably going to change up the wheel style, keep these as some alternatives to have at the track, second or third set, but trying to stay true to that World Tour Challenge car where they did use 17-inch slicks. And you'll see that we'll be adding a body kit here on the rear that's going to extend out to about 60 millimeters. We'll put 40 millimeters in the front, and then we'll have a small little wing. Nothing crazy. It'll look pretty exact to those early WTCC cars. So my favorite type of motorsports is historics, right? I love watching those old BMW E9s, the CSLs, 2002s, E30s. To me, there's just no better pinnacle of motorsport than the BMW touring car, race car. That's why I wanted to build this. The E46 chassis absolutely dominated back then, whether it was the E46 M3 GTR or the E46 320i or Turner and Bimmer World's E46 330i that they race in, I think, IMSA ST or Grand Am. They just absolutely dominated. They're just hard to beat. They're fairly cheap to work on. It's such a great chassis. They're balanced 50-50. There's quite honestly nothing like them. You still go to WRL and AER, and you'll see people running the E46 chassis and running up top, sometimes in GTO, sometimes GP1. They're just something about them. They're hard to beat. If you're interested in this build and other fun racing content, be sure to follow me and stay tuned for more. And thanks for watching.